Bonjour, Nancy Henderek. You are the founder of Dance Salad Festival, which will take place at the Wortham, April 5th, 6th and 7th at 7:30. How many companies have you invited, and that makes it unique? So tell us about this unique aspect of this festival.
The uniqueness is each of these companies do not perform just by themselves. It actually is a performance where each of them have to stand on their own, each piece of choreography, but each of the pieces of choreography have to blend into the evening in a way that can be read by the audience as moving in a direction, an artistic direction, throughout the whole evening. For their companies to be a part of this kind of festival, it's very unique. And I've been told, and I also know by my own travels, that I haven't seen anything quite like what we do here in Houston. So I've been told that this is a wonderful way to have people share their knowledge, get to know each other. The audience has a wonderful opportunity to see many different dance companies from all over the world, all within several days. So we get reviewed from international press because they see it as unique. So I'm very happy about that.
How do you select the companies that are dancing for Dance Salad?
Many times I see them in their own home countries, or I may see them at a festival. And I always go to the French festivals, by the way, because they're so uniquely put together, from Montpellier to Lyon to Avignon. I love the French system of having festivals in the summer. It's a lot of fun, and that's a place I know I can always go to see current dance that's coming out of France, but also major pieces from Europe that have been invited to that specifically for French festivals.
How do you select the pieces?
Well, in selecting the piece, wherever I go in the world, and whatever company I see or choreography, it has to move me. It has to touch me in some way, either with the music or the movement, or the soul of the piece has to somehow be transmitted to the audience. And also I look for how the choreographer has actually touched the dancers doing it. So it has to have both the relationship with the dancers and with the audience. And for me in particular, if I don't feel that, it's not something I want to bring to Houston. So everything that I bring here has touched me in some major way that has transported me in an artistic sense, and taken me to another plane. And that's what you want with good art of any kind.
Tell us about the French piece which is going to be danced, Le Jeune-Homme et la Mort.
Yes, what's interesting about this French piece, it's going to be danced by the English National Ballet, which shows you the kind of thing that Dance Salad can do. Bring in a famous French work by Roland Petit, and also have it be danced by the English National Ballet that was doing a tribute for him before he died, and 2 weeks before the opening of the full evening of his work in London. He did die, and it became a memorial for him. And very happily, many, many people saw this as a wonderful way to verify that this was a major choreographer in France and in Europe and in the world, and had a lot of influence on other people's works. And I know even Baryshnikov says if you have to look back at the drama that he created in dance, and the very emotionality of the interrelationships. That was something Petit really was looking at. Some people even may be shocked at this piece when they see it, and should definitely come to see this historical work, because what you see is its freshness. It's not just a historical work. It has drama and action and real passion between the dancers, which I find is interesting no matter when it's created.
So who famous dancers danced Le Jeune-Homme et la Mort?
Well, Nureyev danced this. It was in a way a rite of passage for the very famous male dancers of our past generation. Nureyev wanted to dance this. Baryshnikov danced this, and he danced it as the first piece that you see in the White Knights movie. And this is on YouTube if you want to see Baryshnikov's version of it. It's very interesting to see that they wanted to dance this. And what's interesting is that when Roland Petit, before he died, he came actually to the English National Ballet to pick the people he wanted to dance it. Instead of taking their already principal stars, he actually found 2 stars in the making and picked younger dancers for this part, which was interesting, that he felt would be stars. And he picked Yona Acosta as the young man, who is a young man, and he is the nephew of Carlos Acosta, who is a star and actually never danced this part. So I'm sure he is jealously watching his nephew in this role. And Jia Zhang, who is a Chinese dancer who's been dancing for a number of years with the English National Ballet, who's a young dancer, and she is definitely going to be a star too. A beautiful dancer, and she will remind you of Marie-Agnes when you see her. There is a black wig that they wear with bangs, and the woman femme fatale walks in, and you have to establish this power of the dance immediately for the young man who's totally smitten with this woman. So, romantic dance in the sense of what many people assume is ballet, with a sweet love story. It's something fierce and sensual, and goes right to the heart of unrequited love.
And if people want to learn more, you have this very interesting conference at the Museum of Fine Arts on Wednesday, the 4th at 6:30. Whom have you invited to talk this year?
Well, Luigi Bonino, who has set the piece Jeune-Homme
Et la Mort.
et la Mort. It's a beautiful, beautiful way of saying it. But he has come to set it, and he is the one who actually sets this piece around the world on the major companies, the Bolshoi, the Paris Opera. He is the one who has been doing this with Roland Petit. So we are lucky enough to have him come to Houston and set this piece for us.
Well, thank you very much, Nancy. See you in April.
Thank you, and I hope you all come and really enjoy the production.